Imagine a world without bees, and what would it be like? Could the absence of these small creatures, which are not considered very cute by human beings, collapse the entire ecosystem? In a world without bees, the ecosystem would be completely different because bees play a critical role in the pollination of flowers. Pollination is an important part of the plant reproduction process and is vital for many plant species. In addition to pollination, bees enhance plant diversity and preserve the balance of ecosystems by swapping genetic material between plants. Pollination of plants is one of the ecosystem services as it is vital for the productivity of agricultural products and natural plant diversity. If bees were absent, the provision of such services would be markedly affected. Bees aid in maintaining the equilibrium in the ecosystem. For example, many animal species feed on the resources created by bees as they collect pollen and nectar. The absence of bees could lead to a reduction in the food sources of these animals and a disruption of ecological balances. In the absence of bees, most plants cannot self-pollinate, and their ability to reproduce is severely affected. This would lead to the decline or extinction of populations of many plant species. Many of the plant and animal species we know today would never have existed. The concept of flowers would be very different from what we know today. Bees especially prefer flowers with blue, purple, yellow, and white colors. These colors are attractive and easily recognizable for bees. In the absence of bees, none of the flowers in these colors would exist. In the absence of bees, we would face a serious food crisis. The productivity of agricultural products could decrease or disappear altogether, which would put serious pressure on the food supply. In other words, our eating habits would not be as they are today. For example, many fruit species such as apples, pears, cherries, grapes, strawberries, raspberries, and blackberries might not exist at all. Again, most of the vegetables such as cucumber, courgette, squash, broccoli, peppers, and tomatoes, which bees also play an important role in pollination, would not exist. Foods that would not exist in a world without bees are not limited to these. Some oilseeds, especially canola and sunflower, and some spices, such as mustard, chili, cardamom, and cumin, as well as nuts and seeds. The absence of bees will also have serious effects on the seasons. Plant pollination would be reduced or stopped. Plant reproductive cycles would be affected and the concept of seasons would disappear, with changes in the natural cycles of the seasons. As a result, the absence of bees can reduce diversity in the ecosystem, negatively affect food production, cause economic losses, disrupt ecological balances, and cause us to look at a very different world from the world we look at today. But what if we return to today's reality? Will bees always continue to exist? Bee populations are in serious decline worldwide. In particular, factors such as colony collapse, habitat loss, pesticide use, disease and climate change threaten the survival of bees. Scientists and beekeepers are concerned about the decline of bee populations. Various measures are being taken to protect bees, including strategies such as habitat conservation, reducing pesticide use, disease control, and improving beekeeping practices. Taking these measures can halt the decline of bee populations and prevent their extinction. However, the effectiveness and adequacy of these measures are important for the long-term survival of bees.